Just moved back to Boston. Moved back for the boring weather. It's boring weather. You ever been to Boston? It's boring. It rains, everything gets wet, then it dries up. Wait, you ever been to Southern California? Rains and the houses fall down. That's exciting weather. You ever seen that? Rains and the houses fall down. Not like the roof caved in, the windows break. A whole house. 2 inches of rain. Nothing left. And they don't understand why this happened. I'll explain it to you. In California, they figure, here's a cliff. Let's build a house right there. They don't understand why it fell. If you went to look at a house and you were afraid to walk out onto the patio, would you buy that house? No, because if you can look over the edge and go, wow, it would suck if this fell. It will. Then they build a house at the bottom of the cliff. Wow, it would suck if that came down. Buy a helmet. See, we got 4 boring seasons on the East Coast. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. You ever been to California? Wind, fire, mud, earthquakes. First, it's very windy for a long time. That dries everything out. Then, some idiot throws a cigarette out the window on the freeway. Half the state catches on fire. That's change of seasons. That's a season in California. Fire. You can call them up. When is fire? They'll tell you what month. It's a season. Fire. See, up in New England, we have the fall. The foliage, all the leaves turn colors. Fire's just like that, only different colors. Everything's a real pretty green, then a bright red for a while, then everything turns black. And you can actually watch them change. You gotta drive like a son of a bitch. Then the rain comes and puts out the fire, but it stays too long. You go home and there's 4 feet of mud in your kitchen. And it's 35 miles from the living room. They can't handle water falling from the sky. People get stuck in floods in their car. You ever been stuck in a flood in your car, sir? Of course not. You know why? Because you're not a moron, that's why. How do you get stuck in a flood in your car? Here's a hint. The car in front of you is floating. Reverse. People's rugs get wet in their house. They're on the news for 4 days crying. They didn't tell me when they bought this place it was in a flood area. Hey, come here. Come over here. Do you drive down the hill to get home? Are you married? I am. Does your wife say things to you that there's no answer to? And then get pissed at you for not answering? How many times you sitting watching a movie, a football game, you hear from the kitchen, honey! See, every guy in the room knows what that noise means. Oh man, I thought she left already. Every muscle from your neck up gives out. You can't even form a word with your lips. Honey! The ice cream is really hard. Sorry. Are you guys married? How long have you been married? 56 years. clapping for? These people are miserable. You got married back when people actually believed in their vows. You're stuck with each other. My first wife, I like my sandwiches cut diagonally. He kept cutting them straight up and down, and I don't have to live like that. $1,200 a month. "56 years. What's your name, sir?" "John." Your wife ever make you feel like there could be 15, 20 other people in the bedroom with you? Let me explain that, John. Let me explain. I just get into bed with my wife. We're both wide awake. Her head is 1.5 feet from mine. She has to ask a question. "Joe." "Joe." "Joseph." I could be looking her straight in the eye. "Joe." And she won't ask the question to you. "What?" "I'm the only one here." What do you think? If you just asked a question out of nowhere, I'd assume you were speaking to someone else? Why do women need the what? "Joe, what? Why do you need that?" "To know you're paying attention." "Joe, what? Now I'm paying attention." "Can I ask you a question?" "What's that one for?" "Yes, you can ask a question." "You're not gonna get mad?" Which means wait till you hear this. "No, I'm not gonna get mad." "You promise?" "What's the question?" "See, you're already mad." My mother raised 4 kids in an apartment in East Boston, in the inner city, never complained a day in her life. My wife can't find a shirt. I hate my life. Why does God do this to me? Yeah, it's God. He's testing you. Just like Job in the Bible was tested. All his land rendered barren. All his livestock died. His whole family was killed. His body riddled with disgusting, painful sores. You, he hid your blouse. It was a volcano erupting in the Philippines. God said, "I'll be right back. I gotta put this dizzy broad shirt behind the friggin' radiator." My wife will wake me out of a dead sleep and ask, "What are you doing?" You do that? "Playing tennis." "Ball come through here?" We're driving across the country going through Oklahoma. She looked out the window. "Are those wild cows?" What did you just say? "Are those wild cows?" Honey, there's no say. "Yes." Wild cows. They're still trying to find the son of a bitch built that fence around them. You're a jerk. If they're not wild cows, who feeds them? A midget in a golf cart. Big bags of Purina cow chow. If it's raining out, it makes its own gravy. Hey, you guys have been wonderful. Thank you very much.
Keep it up for Joe Yannetty, everybody. Joe Yannetty.